Establishing battlefield control. Stand by. Totem Arts proudly presents.
Well. It's been a while. Hello guys, I'm Jay, also known as Real Legendary Jay in the community. I'm joined today with the fabulous developers of Totem Arts. I'm here joined with Horseman.
Hello.
I got Lava Dragon.
Hi.
We got Math.py.
Hello there.
The fabulous Mr. Grease.
Hello.
And we got Yosh.
Here till I die.
So guys, it's been a while. I know the last DevTalk has been quite centuries ago, figuratively speaking. And today I got you guys some questions, in this interview. A lot of things have been happening behind the scenes, and the community's been dying to know where you guys been at. So I have to ask you guys, how have you guys been and where have you guys been?
Well, to put it simply, we were just kind of like really busy working that we didn't even pay attention to the time. We just recently looked back and just saw it's been 2 years since the last Dev Talk, and we're like, oh, it's been a while. So we've been working on a lot.
Yeah.
Like a lot. Like we've done like complete overhauls on a couple of systems. Lots of balance changes. We've even gone back and forth multiple times on some, like infantry classes, for example. And like right now, we're taking a look at levels and trying to figure out what to do with that.
Yeah, I was saying that there's quite a few changes being made, but we're still a lot more stable in this game than we were earlier on. There's no been massive big event of we're going to shift to entirely new game mode now. So it doesn't, it's kind of the same as the entire time.
So a lot of questions have been going around, the Discord or at Reddit. I know you guys, the initial release for Firestorm, are you guys going to do that on UDK or is it still planned for UE5?
The initial release is more than likely going to be UDK on account of we're still building art, waiting on some assets. UE5 production is going to take a while. So it's more of a on the side for when it happens, but UDK will definitely be done and releasable long before then. Therefore, yeah, we can at least give you guys something as opposed to being like, hey, just wait 20 years.
Dang, wow, that's awesome. Well, I'm glad you guys, taking your time on working on UDK. What are your biggest challenges you guys been having so far with UDK on Firestorm?
The whole damn engine.
Yeah, where to begin with that? There's so many small little things. We have vehicle physics being a bit weird. We've got max server population due to just the way items are duplicated in the network. If you go above a large population count, we can't hit 100 players in the server. That's not going to be possible.
Gotcha.
That'd be nice.
Awesome.
Nice.
I mean, we'll see what happens.
If we had the source code, of course, we could fix a lot of these issues, but unfortunately UDK does not come with the source code, so we're kind of playing around the limited fenced-in area that Epic has provided us with their engine.
And on that topic, even if we had the source at that point, we'd just be going to Unreal 5 if we just wanted to be messing around with source code all day.
Awesome. That is, I can't wait for Firestorm to come out. But I also have a question from the community and from myself, actually. Base building, is it coming or not?
Sorta.
Sorta.
And
that's the answer.
I think it is a yes, but not to the capacity of the original game mode.
There's no free building. It's just pre-designated areas they can build on.
Which, honestly, that came about originally for performance issues, but to be fair, it blends with the game mode a lot better. Free building, playing SimCity, it's fun every once in a while, but in the end, it's a lot more of a commitment than just having a couple of foundations to be like, put these 4 buildings here, select these, and then go back to playing a first-person shooter. It is significantly more fluid, yes.
Yeah, so I was also gonna ask, so there's no base creeping, right? You know, like in the original RTS games?
Oh, hell no.
Yeah. Let's go with no. Some of the engineer stuff, yeah, get a little creepy.
I just have to clarify an earlier point, if you don't mind as well. We do have limited, like, where you can place it, but not what you can place. There's still a good selection of buildings to place. You get to decide that.
We
Awesome.
could get into more detail about this stuff when we actually talk about the game mode later.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. So I've seen concept art of the Cyborg Reaper and the Mammoth Mark II. Do those exist in the game right now? Please tell me yes. Please tell me yes, guys.
You already know they do.
Yeah.
But yeah, yes, they both exist. And what capacity? That could change. At the moment, they're both fairly consistently in game. Like, there's no game mode built around the Mark II right now. That had been a thought at one point. But all you need to know is, yes, they're there.
So for asset clarification, to say the assets are being worked on, and the units will be in the game.
Could do a slight teaser of it, just showing the feet, doing the tiptoe thing.
With feet, yeah. That's an OnlyFans like frame. Just shows the
Oh
feet.
god.
Oh my god, Mark II foot pics. I love it.
No.
Oh no, what have I done?
So how is the Mammoth Mark II going to work in the game?
We don't know.
Yeah.
I think we can actually give
know.
we can actually give a pretty good approximation at this point.
Big vehicle go
and-
boom boom. Yeah.
But yeah, well, we can't give you a definite answer to how do we build. Is it going to be some sort of call-in, anything like that? But we do have a functioning model for more or less to clarify that it will be player controlled. That part works. We know. It'll have, of course, its base weapons, the SAMs, the railguns. Other weapons are up in the air, and more than likely it'll be kind of handled as a multi-user type vehicle. Exactly how many users, that's left to be found out.
Gotcha. Well, I can't wait to drive that Mammoth Mark II into the battlefield. So, I know this is a question that's been asked so many times. I'm sure you guys seen the Discord. I'm sure you've seen Reddit or other Discord servers. Is there going to be a release date? Or, before you even answer, is there even a release date?
No.
No.
Nope.
No.
No.
Well, there you guys have it.
You know what happened
No,
last time we gave a release date?
We'll release that, you know? So-
Yeah, it's like that whole proverb, a watch kettle never boils. If we give a release date, yeah, it'll slow us down.
Completely understandable, guys. Well, we appreciate the hard work. You know, I'm sure you guys will see to it one of these days, and the community will know. So, what have you guys been doing since the last Dev Talk?
We've kind of settled on the game mode that we want to go forward with, which we've all collectively decided to call Uplink. When we recorded that Dev Talk, we had just completed the initial draft of that game mode and we started iterating on it. However, soon after we did this, we had to do some UI changes on it, and once we did do those UI changes, the game started crashing unexpectedly during matches. So we were kind of stuck in a position where our game wasn't working and we didn't know how to fix it. We had to overhaul the UI with a inbuilt framework which was previously used before Scaleform was added, which is called Canvas. And that's basically what some of us programmers have been working on for the last year or so while we were working on Firestorm. We've recently completed that overhaul, and as soon as we actually started doing this overhaul, crashing reduced drastically, and I'll be going in detail about the entire process in a separate DevTalk that I'll record myself, so be sure to watch out for that.
Yeah, it's a very nerdy topic. Very detailed.
Yeah, that was very enlightful. But thank you, Mr. Grease. We appreciate that. So, what's changed with the game mode and balance since the last DevTalk?
Sounds like a very good math topic.
But we're still sticking with the whole uplink thing. So no major changes on that side. It's a lot of more subtle balance changes. We did have an issue, unfortunately, where vehicles started massively outperforming infantry, and I mean that does technically stick with the Tibson style thing, but we want infantry players to be able to play the game too. So we had to change quite a few things: vehicle speeds, weapon ranges, and also we had to change some of the maps.
Yeah, so on these maps, since all these balance changes are also being made, and we want to focus more on the tighter combat with the infantry, we're kind of like tightening up these spaces, removing like all the main bases closer in. The outpost distances are also decreasing, and we're also like creating like more narrow paths, still maintaining open spaces for vehicles, but we're also creating these infantry focus areas so infantry can have a place to fight without getting dominated by the vehicles.
So I also want to interject. I've played test the game and I've seen the maps, and oh man, they are so beautiful. Like, I can't even believe this was done on UDK. Like, are you sure this isn't a UE5 engine, guys? Like, the maps would look really beautiful.
It's UDK still. Yeah, we've got some really good level artists that could pretty these maps up, especially like focusing on the TS atmosphere. I can't really speak personally about this because I don't delve too deeply into that aspect.
Oh.
We've got
When you
good
start
artists.
messing, when you start messing with shaders and things like that too, you go off the default stuff. You can get some really amazing effects and your own art style in it. You don't have to use the defaults in these game engines, guys.
So, speaking of new features, is there any new features being added to the game?
We're not 100% sure on anything being added after this point. However, since that last DevTalk, there's been quite a few features added. Some of them are just reworks of old features. For instance, all infantry can kind of build, we'll call them deployables for now, i.e., I believe we mentioned sandbags as cover for light infantry in the last DevTalk. That's been expanded upon, so you'll have, engineers able to toss down mortars, and pretty much any class can just hit one button, bring up their own tiny build menu, and deploy items. On that note, squad powers, the support powers, they're still there. We've also moved them to their own button to be a little bit easier to utilize and cast. And I guess one of the big things, because it was mentioned on a YouTube video, Firestorm will have a prone button. So we can all finally, prone in the middle of artillery, just like a real CNC infantry.
Oh.
And die because in an FPS, even getting like, a 50% boost isn't nearly as good as just getting the hell out of dodge.
So you're saying I can finally prone as a sniper and pick out targets from there?
Yes, which sounds a bit cancerous, but thankfully we don't have Renex snipers, so you can suppress snipers and do a lot of damage with other weapons. Yeah. So yeah. Also snipers.
Yes.
This has been shown before. That snipers have the laser targeter when they're scoping, so you're not just going to be camping too much.
Oh man, will I be able to spot targets as well? Question mark.
You can already spot targets. That's been a thing forever. You probably see it in a lot of the DevTalk videos, like with the recon drone, some of the support powers, and not so much the MSA. The MSA just kind of highlights on radar now.
Ooh.
That could change, but yeah.
Interesting.
There's been a lot of
interesting.
balance work for
Yeah.
those kind of units.
Yeah,
Very
it's
interesting.
nice little comparison as well. We got sensor nades that detect things, but we've also got to make smokes actually useful in the game for once. It stops you from being detected if you're inside of it.
All right, smoke grenades. We decided to finally buff smoke to be more than just some translucent polygons. It does actually confer a tiny damage bonus, and it'll get rid if you are spotted. It gets rid of the spotted condition, and you also can't be spotted inside. And even more interesting, because we found out mid playtests that if you can just still get hit markers when you shoot into smoke, what was the point of the smoke? It also doesn't give off hit markers if you get hit in smoke.
Ooh.
So yeah, enemies will just be blindly shooting in there and hoping for the best.
Sounds fun. I can't wait to try it out one of these days. All right, Horsemen. I know the art team has been hard at work with their assets. So everyone's been excited to see what's new. So do you have any new designs? Anything you want to show us?
Yeah, we got a bunch of new things to show. New base buildings, new weapons, some vehicles that we've teased in some videos. We can show closer shots of them, like the Tick Tank and the new not bike as well. Yeah, and a lot of new buildings we've completed. We still have a lot more to go, but we can show off some of the new building animations, new building shaders, new vehicle shaders. So we have a lot of new shiny things we can show. That being said, we still have a ton of work left to do.
I remember seeing a glimpse of the weapons factory for GDI, and then, oh man, it just looks really good. You guys did a really good job on it.
We tend to go back and tweak things, taking a page out of Fez's book, and try not to redo things too many times, but definitely sometimes when balance changes, force map changes, then we have to change some with the buildings or something with something else. But yeah, some of these assets just take a long time to do, and we're a smaller art team. Some assets can take, one guy 3 to 4 months to make, so it can really put us behind schedule.
I see. How come the art has been taking so long, Horseman?
So the assets, certain assets like the base buildings, can take upwards of half a year. They're pretty complex assets to make. They go through a lot of different hands. A lot of different artists touch each building, from the concept stage to the lockout to modeling the exteriors, doing the animations, doing the UVs, because we have to use trim sheets for optimization and textile density issues, and then figuring out a full interior sets, again having to deal with optimization issues, and we can't have 200,000-300,000 try interiors. So it just takes a long time and a lot of effort to do single assets like that, and these are critical assets to the game, so we can't skip them and they can't release without them. So it's definitely a bottleneck of our progress right now.
So how much work is there still left to do?
At our current pace with the team we have working, probably close to a year and a half to get all of the primary assets, critical assets completed, and a lot of the secondary assets done as well.
So with the art, how can we help you guys out?
You can donate, which will help us fund freelancers to help fill in the gaps in the team and speed things up. And if you are a semi-accomplished artist, you can also feel free to apply and become part of the team.
Links are in the description below for applying.
Go click them, guys. Go click them. They're down there.
Yeah,
Like and subscribe.
like and subscribe. Smash that like button.
Don't forget to click the bell. Is that still a thing?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow. I mean, that's a lot of stuff you guys been working on. So you've been working on for the last 2 years? All right. So Are you going to continue with these massive updates every once in a while, or can we expect more frequent updates?
The plan going forward will be to do a lot more rapid fire updates of small things that they'll say are more or less concrete. That we won't have to, make a video 2 months later saying, "Oh, that's not even in the game anymore." Well, we have a list for smaller DevTalks going forward. Maybe do a showcase on burrowing units. We realized we never even really showcased the burrowing system for Firestorm. What infantry loadhouses have we ended up with? Because we seem to change them constantly, but now I think those are pretty much static in where they're going to be. And then just maybe a few, going into like deep in on like how does this game mode actually work kind of deals. More gameplay footage, things of that nature. But
Ooh.
We've got some things in the works that might come out soon after this, but yeah, we've got plans for more frequent updates for you guys.
Ooh, exciting.
Also, if anybody would maybe like to join the team just to be a video editor, we would not say no. We could really use one. We're all pretty busy on a regular basis, as you can probably tell by how slow things go. Most of us can only put like less than 8 hours into working on Firestorm in a week. So it would be really nice to just have somebody around that could at least make videos whenever we do want to release something to the public.
Social media managers.
You guys heard them. If you guys are interested, click the links down below.
Yeah, we haven't released it, but we have probably at this stage amassed several weeks straight of recorded gameplay footage. Like in actual hours. It's a lot of footage we have.
Okay, we're almost to the end of the video here. I have some questions to ask you guys. Some more questions. I think the biggest one is Tiberium mutants. Are we gonna see fiends, maybe visceroids, the floaters?
Maybe.
Maybe is probably the best way to put that. They are, let's go with lowest priority. But I'd love to have them around.
Yeah, I'd put that under like AI systems. Something we really want to have in the game, but at the minute it's like bottom tier.
Ooh. I'll take that. I'll take it, maybe. I'll take it. What about the Forgotten?
The Forgotten are pretty much where they've always been. We kind of hint at their existence with some of the secondary objective rewards, with their kind of old war tech, some Tiberium weapons. But obviously this isn't a single player game. There's not like a Forgotten campaign.
Ooh. Interesting. I'll take it. So in Renegade X, there was a system where you guys had commanders. Will we be seeing commanders again in Firestorm?
No.
Nope.
We are not going through this again. Pretty much, we have all kind of come to the conclusion that whenever you make an FPS RTS hybrid, if you add a commander, you immediately just say one player on the team has to play a different game than everybody else. We're not trying to do that.
So I think you guys covered this, but I'm going to ask it again, just really briefly. So besides Uplink, your game mode, what other game modes can we possibly see? Or is there any new game modes you guys might tease? Or
I don't know if I want to get anyone's hopes up with that.
Of game
We could
modes.
say we could say we want to release this game at some point. So for now, we're focused on Uplink.
Yeah, we're just focused on Uplink right now.
Let's just say, yeah, we're focused on getting Uplink up and out.
okay, understandable. I know other games had different systems, such as perks. Will perks be a thing in Firestorm?
Yeah, I believe if it's what I think, Firestorm runs less on like a perk system and more on every class kind of has a couple of passive abilities, some of which can be swapped out, but they're not like a list of perks that everybody shares, kind of deal.
Interesting. Very interesting. So, how do you compare infantry gameplay to other video games such as Battlefield?
I honestly think we could just go down the list of ourselves and say, how do you feel like it plays? I say we just start with the Four Horsemen, because he has the displeasure of having a 4 at the front of his name, so he's on top.
It has the open combat combined arms that like 2142 had, which was a big inspiration for me personally.
Ooh. What about you, Yosh? What do you got to say on the matter?
I'm the last person on the entire list in this voice chat.
Well, he went in the other direction. He went up instead of down.
That's not legal. That's illegal. You can't do that. Lava, how do you think it feels?
The problem with that is I actually hardly played Battlefield, but from what I've seen, it's very similar to Battlefield. I'm actually more proud that the game feels unique from Battlefield, especially with the uplink system where you have to charge up the uplink and the whole jam sequence at the end. Gives it a unique feel that kind of stands out from other games.
Oh, I want to redo my answer now.
Okay. I will be right
I'm kidding.
So it's a lot like the Battlefield games, like 2142, except you've got a lot better accuracy, so a bit close to Bad Company 2, but then we've got a lot of features from Battlefield 4. I mean, just straight up, it's got a lot of inspiration from Battlefield. That being said, it's also a CNC game, so you actually have all the CNC vehicles, which provides a very different dynamic compared to like the 2 tanks and 2 aircraft that you get in the Battlefield games.
Was that your natural conclusion?
Do you want more?
No, I mean, I was just asking. I couldn't tell if you were done or not.
It was it.
All right, Mr. Lubricant.
Mr. What? Okay. So, if you're anything like me, you know Life Bad Company 2 when it came out, and most of Firestorm is, in terms of gunplay and pacing, is like Bad Company 2, if it had prone and maybe less fancy destruction. But in addition to that, it's not just a basic conquest game. There's objectives around, there's like minor base building, so it could also be compared to the push and pull of PlanetSide, with Sunderers attacking bases and then retreating, etc., etc. So I'd say it's a mix between those two games.
Yoch?
So honestly, I'm gonna have to kind of agree with Grace on this. We'd already had the conversation that it's a minute-to-minute gunplay. As infantry, I'd say gives off some Bad Company 2 vibes, even though you definitely have the added features of like prone. Again, I don't remember if Bad Company 2 had vaulting and all of that. So you're a bit more mobile in what you can do in Firestorm. Not to mention, as people have brought up, the game mode. As someone who has recently downloaded a few more shooters and started trying to get back into other shooters, I can't really take normal conquest anymore. Our own game mode has spoiled me. Because, normal conquest really is just, once those numbers tick down to 0, it's just over and there's no real coming back. So it almost feels like there's no point in playing after you're getting beat bad enough. Whereas Firestorm, you don't get to let up just because you're on the winning team, like, ever. It's basically, it's to the end all of the time. So, definitely would say it's got its own uniqueness there. And it's starting to ruin other games for me, which I guess is a good thing.
Well, that is very good to hear. I'm glad you guys had your own viewpoints. I really appreciate your answers. Is there any final thoughts or words you guys wish to say? Horseman, starting with you.
We can definitely use some help on the art side of things. That's definitely the bottleneck currently in the development. So if you are a semi-accomplished artist, definitely shoot us over application and your folio. And if you got some spare money, consider donating.
All right, Lava.
Yeah, we also need art for the level design. A lot art props we going to need.
Ooh.
The game itself is actually like really fun. I enjoy playing it a lot. Like I almost attend the testing session every week.
Mhm.
The uplink mode is definitely the most unique part of the game. It's not, I can't find any other game like it. It's just really addicting. It's got, man, how do I put this? It's like when you're playing this game, it feels like you're playing a regular season and a playoff season.
What?
It just feels so casual in the beginning with like charging up to 100% uplink, and then once that timer starts, it's like the start of the playoffs, and you're actually trying to compete.
Oh, yeah, I agree on that.
I actually love that analogy now that I get it.
I honestly wanted to say that for the uplink talk, but
Math.
So, as you've heard from Lava, he really likes the game. We've got quite a few testers who like the game, and we're going to be looking for quite a few more testers as well, so keep signing up, guys. I have a backlog of about 100 testers to go through, and we're starting from February of this year, so it'll be picked pretty soon if you apply.
You guys heard him. Go apply down there. All right, Grease.
Yeah, so just like Four Horsemen said, we really need artists to get this out the door and to everyone's hands. So, as Four Horsemen said, please apply if you have the skills. But yeah, and just like Lava said, the game's very fun, and it also has ruined kind of other Battlefield games for me, because when testing sessions come up, I hop on, have a great time, and afterwards I'm like, I want more of this, but now I have to play Battlefield 4 again, so it's a tragedy. So I would like to get this in people's hands so we can all play it together at all hours of every single day. So
Yes.
yeah. If we can get this out the door with more artists, and if you are an artist, please apply.
Yosh.
I mean, this is the one bad part about being the guy with the Y as the first letter of his name. Everyone's already kind of said everything. Yeah, I mean, I guess I can give one little anecdote of the fact that I actually didn't used to find Firestorm all that fun. So the fact that I'm saying it's actually really fun now, yeah, it's turning into a really great game. Like the game mode itself is turning into a great game. So yeah, you heard them. Mostly our artists just need donations or money, and honestly, I feel like actual artists would be even better. But if you don't have art, you want to spare a few pennies for the poor. Yeah, go for it. Maybe your pennies will get turned into a Tiberium floater.
Yeah. Well,
Peace out.
you guys heard him. So if you guys want to support the Totem Arts dev team, there's links down below where you guys can help support. So be sure to, throw your support your way. But I think that's all the time we have here. So I want to thank again the developers of Totem Arts for coming out here. Thank you guys for letting me interview you. It's been a real pleasure.
I'd like to thank Jay for interviewing and keeping us almost on track.
Almost.
Well, almost. But yeah, so I think with that being said, welcome back, Commander.
We don't need that.
No.
We have Jessica Strauss would not approve of you.
Fringe is not allowed in Totem Arts.
Hey, I'm sorry guys. I was busy harvesting Tyburn for the Brotherhood.
Oh, it's Nexus.
I don't know if Nexus actually had all the thoughts planned out for what to say. I think
Oh
we just threw him
yeah, I
on
have
the
something
spot.
to say. I'm just waiting the green light.
Oh, that's your green light. The green light is green.
Oh fuck!
Go for it.
Wait, no?
It's still green. Yeah, it's still green.
Okay,
It's all green. Just go.
Okay. The dev cycle has been long as hell and gonna still require some time, but at the end, as a dev, and most importantly, a fan of this unique franchise who hold it high in my heart, I hope we'll be able to deliver you guys that CNC FPS in the tips and era that you guys been dreaming about for years.
And not
Yeah,
just
it's
another freaking renegade. I mean,
I mean, it was so beautiful. I don't know what to say.
Yeah. It's so nice. He said something from the heart. All I can talk about is drugs.
yeah, I know. I was like, wow. Nexus, you sound like you're not completely dead on the inside. But,
Maybe.
Very emotional.
whoa.
You can clearly tell I'm dead on the inside.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was just like, if it weren't for the wine, I couldn't be this active right now.
Nah, there is still a part alive in you.
Well, that's just the drugs.
Nah,
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
No, for me it's the caffeine.
The drugs, exactly.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know what's keeping me up right now.
Monster Energy.
All right. Well, this is Jay from Totem Arts signing out.